This is Sniper signing in to Command and Conquer Red Alert 3 on the map Infinity Isle, spawning on the right side as the blue Empire player. This is SuperEmpire. And his opponent, the orange Soviet player, spawning on the left side of Infinity Isle. This is m8s Dankal. Alright, so what do we got here? We have War Bears coming out, typical. Gonna go try and secure some of the middle. Possibly go over here and see if Dankal can camp his opponent's oil derrick. That is, of course, very much possible since this dojo core is actually deploying. Oh, no, okay, here we go. Here's a second dojo core behind it. This is the crush core, the unofficial crush core. Looks like triple dojo coming out for SuperEmpire, along with that double ref and the MCV move. Bear, oh, very nice pause on that dojo, pausing that Imperial Warrior so that it doesn't get insta-sniped down by that bear. Hello, what have we here? This is a battle bunker. Huh. How often do you actually see a battle bunker in Red Alert 3? How often do you actually see a Soviet player plopping down a battle bunker? Alright, so it's gonna be that kind of game. So we have a battle bunker on the ground, gonna be giving that extra protection. I wonder how many hit points does a battle bunker actually have? I don't know. That may very well be like the very first time ever I've seen that thing used in multiplayer. So yeah, there's that. Looks like Mecha Bay is down on the ground for SuperEmpire, getting that second generator down. He's most likely on low power. I think he would be if he's only on, yeah, one generator. He's definitely on low power. So he's just kind of biding his time in the center, making sure that, you know, he can safely get his power grid back up to sustainable levels. Super reactor coming down for Dankal, most likely going to roll out for some of those hammer tanks out of the war factory. But it looks like Dankal is cash stalling just quite a little bit. He did take that, whoops, he did take that oil derrick here. That's giving him that extra little eco boost. But neither of these players went for a fast third. So perhaps both of these players are planning some aggression, and as I say that, curse of the commentator. Here goes the MCV move, going to grab that refinery that on the high ground, but it looks like SuperEmpire is already ahead of him, but not by too much. I'd say like 6 or 7 seconds ahead of him. Not too heavy. Not too much against him here. Mecha Tengu plopping down to the water, cleaning up that war bear. Bullfrog is on the wrong side of town, but there is a terror drone coming down. Can he snipe it? Yes, he can. He can snipe it. Bullfrog goes down, and now that sickle is caught behind enemy lines, but is he just going to jump? I think he's just going to jump. Yep, there he goes. Dankal making good use of that flea jump ability on the sickle. Going to be jumping it straight out of harm's way and back up here to the high ground, where he could possibly, depending on what comes out of here. Well, whatever that was, it was just canceled. So it looks like SuperEmpire was building something. And I just canceled it and opted to go for a refinery. But now, Dankal's kind of shifted it a little bit. That little delay in the building, if that was a refinery he had queued and he canceled it, now he's behind on eco. As now Dankal's already established his third refinery. But, well, of course, as I say that, it's going to get harassed, and now it's going to be taken off the line. So this eco harass, it'll do the job of slowing down Dankal's economy. Looks like we have some preemptive flak troopers already inside of these walls. Very nice for stopping the Tengu harass. Airfield going down on the ground. Most likely going to go for some of those twin blades. Got to see what he can have happen right there. Dankal, you have... There you go. He's routing a hammer tank to it. Now, it looks like this front was being pressed. And those conscripts... Did that really just happen? Those conscripts. How much did SuperEmpire just lose? There were 5 conscripts in that battle bunker. Oh, I'll bet you that entire little infantry force, that like infantry hit squad. I'll bet you anything that was it. The infantry hit squad is what did it, and oh, just in range of that collector's defensive turret, zaps or fries that terror drone straight out of existence. It scraps the thing into a bunch of itty bitty pieces. Chopper VXs in the skies. Looks like that oil derrick did get taken out. They could very well swing around here, and go for some harass on this already weakened harvester or collector. But gotta be careful though. 2 bullfrogs rock up, and 1 striker or chopper VX rather does wind up biting the dust. Looks like Dankal's already prepped the MCV move. There's the refinery, the 4th refinery for SuperEmpire going out along with that docks core. Could we see the Shogunate? Could we see the Shogun battleships taking to the seas? I don't know. I hope so. I hope we see some Shogun battleships. Shogun battleships are just such an awesome unit. I love those things so much. So here we go. Twin blades moving out. Is there anything inside of that twin blade? Maybe. Maybe could be going for like a very cheeky little terror drone drop somewhere over here. But there is a Striker VX in defensive posture, ready to repel it, so that it cannot get safely into SuperEmpire's base. Orange unit moving around the top. What do we got? Another twin blade. Okay, could be getting a little sneaky. Trying to get a little sneaky. He's trying to draw SuperEmpire's attention here, and he's doing just that. He's drawing all of the forces of SuperEmpire to the southern side of the island, and now, as we can see, he's going to move in from the top with this one, with this twin blade. Is there anything going to be in it? Yes, looks like it. There are flak troopers in that. Mecha Bay. Mecha Bay. Right, is he going to get it? Is he going to get the Mecha Bay? There's toxins coming down on the third high ground refinery of SuperEmpire. But SuperEmpire is losing his Mecha Bay. There are two Tengus are responding. Is their transform ready? Yes, it's going to be close. It's going to be so close. Ah, that got it. Oh, the Mecha Bay goes down. Oh, that's going to be painful. That'll be very painful indeed. Yari Minisub comes out to try and chase these bullfrogs back away from the Imperial shores, or away from the Imperial waters, but losing the Mecha Bay, that's tough. Luckily, though, it does appear that Dankal doesn't have too much in the way of anti-air, and I say too much in the way of anti-air. He has bullfrogs on the ground, but he has no MiGs. He has no MiGs that can like easily chase down the air units from SuperEmpire. So now these two Tengus that he has left, along with these three Chopper VXs, you know, all of a sudden they become a lot more useful. And he's gonna have to be careful here. Oh, you gotta be careful. Oh, Striker. Oh no, you took the wrong turn around the refine. Point defense drone's going. Is that gonna save it? Is that gonna save it? One more shot. Leech beam. Oh, he didn't save it. He didn't kill it. The point defense drones saved it. And now, because that Mecha Bay is gone, the repairs are non-existent. So two more twin blade gunships are able to sweep over and clean up that one collector on that refinery. The three tsunami tanks trying to pressure down the walls a little bit, and the wall of Infinity Isle comes down only to reveal Soviet armor charging through it. If ever you see a Soviet player selling off his walls, then odds are he has tanks. Just saying, odds are he has tanks, so be prepared. Leech beams coming down, very good use. Trying to go for that mass crush move, but with these tsunami tanks being in the middle, MCV coming in for the crush is going to catch one. Will he catch any more? That is the question. I do not believe so. If those bullfrogs are chased away, committing the two Tengus, as long as those bullfrogs are chased away, those Chopper VXs can just pick them off. They can pick off the hammer tanks. And as long as those, oh, there you go, has to transform it. The bullfrog does have a longer range than that Striker VX in chopper mode. So naturally, the bullfrog can sort of kind of dance around the Chopper VX. But if the bullfrog's reverse moving, I think if the bullfrog's reverse moving, it's actually slower than the Chopper VX or Striker VX in chopper mode. Dankal giving away a couple of tanks here. Could really be using these twin blades to put some counter pressure on. Desolator airstrike comes down, but luckily all the infantry were out of the way. So it looks like, yeah, that dojo is completely locked. Cannot build from that dojo at this moment. If he does, that just won't really work out too well. Yari Minisub blocking that refinery, and I think as soon as Dankal noticed it, where's his MCV? There it is. There's his MCV. And looks like a little bit of a group F move. He just gets a group of war bears, slaps that F key on all of them when he just meant to slap it on one of them. Looks like that Brawler MCV is coming forward. Will he catch that tsunami tank? He might. He's going to catch it. That's one tank crushed, and that's another gun that will more than likely be trade. Oh, no. Okay, now. Chopper VXs are in the sky. Don't want to let that bullfrog go heroic. That's very nice. Bullfrog does go down. Nice job microing back that weakened Chopper VX. And now suddenly, there's a lot of fire on this MCV. I don't know if this MCV is going to make it. I mean, granted, there's one Bullfrog coming up now. Could get the insta-snipe. Oh, all three of them are weak. Oh, he could not commit to that any further. If SuperEmpire committed to that move any further, then that would not have gone well at all. But here comes the tank. Here comes the Twin Blade, rather. Cleans up one striker, not the one with the veterancy on it. That's what's important. The veteran, or the elite striker, or Chopper VX, is still flying to the skies. Gonna clean up these hammer tanks, and he just went heroic. That is all. That's a sight to be. That is a unit to be feared. Is the heroic Chopper VX. Very, very deadly indeed. Terror drone. This micro from Soviet players, I guess it's not really micro. I don't know if it really counts as micro. This tactic from Soviet players using terror drones to lock down a target, and then say using hammer tanks to leech beam it from a distance. You know, that's a very clever. It's a very nice use of the unit. So applause, kudos to you if you're a Soviet player that does that. But from my experience as an Empire player, that's annoying to deal with. It's very annoying. But still, it's very effective. It is a very, very effective strategy or tactic that the Soviets can employ. Barracks gonna be given up basically for free. Not even the sell-off. Hands off the heroic status to that tank buster. That terror drone needs to vacate the area. I don't think he really has enough. Yeah, he doesn't have enough to stall the advance of SuperEmpire by all that much of a margin. We're just gonna take a quick peek over here at the water. You can't tell what tech that is. Doc's has been deployed. Imperial Docks has been deployed again with the harvester or the collector snipes. The collector is gonna be sniped down again. One Tengu is gonna be responding. It's not even the heroic Tengu. One Tengu responds. That collector's little damage, and Striker VX locked down. He needs to lock down that heroic one, or he needs to transform it before it dies. There you go. Heroic Chopper VX transformed out of range of those bullfrogs before he could be taken down. That could have gone very, very badly for SuperEmpire. He could have just lost his heroic Chopper VX. And a heroic Chopper VX, that's not a unit you just want to wantonly throw away. That is a unit you, without a doubt, want to keep. And that Soviet MCV is going to go down, but it will suicide out and take that tsunami tank with it. These Twin Blades, they're unchallenged to save that one striker. Did he lose the Tengu? I believe he lost the Tengu, but now the hammer tank's going over that crush move, going to absolutely demolish any and all Empire infantry resistance. See one heroic star go down, but it hands off that heroic status to that tank buster. Oh, another heroic status. Two hero tank busters are on the ground. Looks like the heroic chopper did go down. He has nothing to kill this Twin Blade with, and this Twin Blade can just sit here and just pick off these tank busters right as they're coming out of the barracks, just milk it. But now SuperEmpire needs to jump this Mecha Tengu into the sky. There we go, he does it now. Imperial MCV very, very weak, but there's still 3 tsunami tanks fighting on the front. But there's also reinforcements coming in from Dankal. There are 5 hammer tanks versus 2 retreating tsunami tanks. Granted, one hammer tank is very weak, but that was not going to be enough to save that MCV. MCV goes down, hands off that heroic status to another tank. Tries to throw down the Emperor's Rage on those tsunami tanks, and now there's nothing. There's nothing. SuperEmpire doesn't have anything on the ground to stop these hammer tanks. He has these 2 tank busters back here that are dancing around with the heroic one, but this thing's just going to self-heal. You never want to target down a heroic unit unless you are like 100% positive that you can kill it. If you don't think you can kill a heroic unit, you need to better spend your time going after units that cannot self-repair. As your elite bullfrog. Oh, if it gets the kill, he's trying to get the kill. Is it gonna go to? Okay, it'll be a mutual trade. Mutual trade, but that I don't think it really matters all that much. Oh well, I say that now. Another striker pops out. This striker could very well go heroic, and there he goes. He goes heroic. Damage output pretty insane on that heroic striker. He will lose the Mecha Bay. Does get a Jet Tengu though. Jet Tengu is out along with 1 heroic Chopper VX. What else does SuperEmpire really have? He has this docks, and we saw he has a mainframe back up there on the hill. So he may have just been upgrading to the docks breakthrough. Very well could have. This mainframe did survive, so he could have very well just have upgraded to that docks mainframe or docks breakthrough upgrade. And so hey, well actually since that's his only production, is that really? That's his only production structure. Oh, I think my wish is about to come true. I think we're going to see some Shogun battleships come out of this docks. Are we going to see one? There she is. Imperial Shogun battleship taking to the seas with this gigantic, I don't even know how big of guns that thing has on it. Fire its energy laser beam of death. 3 twin blades, 1 heroic. Going in again on that collector. Going to be cleaning up this collector over here this time as well. I wonder, with all the times as this thing has been killed, there's 11,500. How's the mirror refinery looking over here? 8,000. 8,082.50. And I'll bet if we check this, yep, 8,000. This one is about 3,500 more rich in ore than it should be. Like, there should be about 3,500 more resources in the bank of SuperEmpire, but because this collector has gotten sniped so many times, so many daggum times, that now it's just, the eco disparity is very much real. And here we go again. I don't think that collector really even had time to pay for himself. Sea Wings are out on the water. Fortified fleet upgrade does come down. Another Shogun battleship joining his brother here. The Sea Wings are going to be enough to chase away those twin blades from coming after the Shogun battleships, but he has nothing to save what's on the ground. If refinery goes down, the mainframe goes down or was sold off, generator's going to go down, heroic hammer tank. Looks like 1 ref go down, or 1 ref one ref went down. Rather, both generators, another ref. Naginata, why I can't agree with the Naginata cruiser. I'm not entirely sure he needs the Naginata cruiser, but that's okay, you know, whatever. Shogun battleships are in prime bombardment range of this ore refinery. I would love to see them stop and open fire. I'd really love to see them pull a broadside so they can get maximum amount of firepower on target all at once. Looks like the twin blades are trying to make a break for it and just suicide in on that last collector. Will he pay for it? Yes. The heroic twin blade does go down. The Sea Wings do deal some serious damage, but losing. He has no income right now. Well, no, I take that back. He has the oil derrick. He has the oil derrick, but Dankal may very well go take that. Oh no, Terror Drone. Terror Drone just got the infect off on both Shogun battleships. Both Shogun battleships are now infected. That is a gut-wrenching feeling as an Empire player, and this may very well be the last bastion of a suicide charge coming out for SuperEmpire. MiGs are already in the sky. Is going to force these Skywings back into the water and force them to retreat into their Sea Wing mode. There's just nothing. I think those Shogun battleships were the last possible hope of SuperEmpire. I think Dankal at this point, the writing is on the walls, and I do believe Dankal has claimed victory in this game. I don't see very much else he could do at all. He's lost all of his income. Nope, he has no income. He's got nothing. These Skywings are all that's left, but there are MiGs that will box them out of the skies on every single attempt. Every single attempt. Those Sea Wings are going to get chased away by MiGs just because they just can't shoot up. And now here come the twin blades. There are no defenses here. There are no defenses. He's on low power. He might have enough money to build something, but there's no way it's going to go. No, he doesn't. He's stalled. There's nothing left he can do. Dankal is going to take this game. You can see the MiGs chasing off the Sea Wings again. And now there's just one structure remaining. Just that one refinery is all he's got left. And there goes 4. It looks like 4. Yeah, looks like about 4 of the Sea Wings just went down. He has 1 Sea Wing, 1 Yari mini sub, 1 Naginata cruiser. And then an ore refinery that can't build anything because he has no money. Is Dankal just gonna... Is this like Dankal gloating, saying like, haha, I just beat you. I'm just gonna sit here and shoot your walls, and I'm gonna rub it in that you just lost. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of what it looks like to me. Could be totally wrong, but that will definitely chalk up a victory for Dankal. Very well played from both of these players. it's just Dankal just played a better ground game. I think that investing the money into the docks, I don't think that it was really perhaps the best decision ever. But here comes Dankal. Now, beacon was placed. I don't think Dankal actually knew where the last structure for SuperEmpire was. So he had to beacon it and say, hey, my last building's over here. Come and kill it, I guess. Like that desolator airstrike did come down, dropping the toxins, and there's the sell-off of the last Imperial refinery. GG, and well played to both of these players. Now taking a look, that was quite the game. We saw the battle bunker. Of all things to see in a game, we see the battle bunker. That was awesome. That made the game for me. It's the battle bunker. Props to Dankal for building the battle bunker. And wow, would you look at this? Even with having his refinery sniped a lot, he still SuperEmpire still maintained that eco lead for a long time in the latter half of the game. But I think that that's probably attributable to the fact that that Dankal never had his naval refinery up. At least he didn't in the time that I noticed. I never noticed it going up. I think it was either blocked by the Yari mini sub and he just didn't want to deal with it, or he just didn't have the money to do it, or whatever. Dankal never quite got his hands on that. But again, I think SuperEmpire might have made a bit of a mistake going for the docks. I mean, as fun as the Imperial Navy is, it's just I don't think the docks would have been the best choice in that case. I think up there on the cliffs, he really could have used either a bigger group of T1 and T2 units, such as like mechas, strikers, tank busters, and tsunamis, or he could have gone for that T3 upgrade and gone out for King Oni or Wave Force artillery and swapped out some of those tank busters for the more expensive King Oni or Wave Force artillery, or use the extra money to pump into more tangers to work on that securing the skies. 20 minutes and 54 seconds. Very, very nice game indeed. Eco difference actually wasn't that much. Wait, what? Say what? Oh, well, I guess. Okay. Dankal actually did gather more ore than SuperEmpire, which at first I didn't really get, but then looking back at the resource graph, you see his income just flatlined. This is right here. This is nothing but gains for Dankal, and this is nothing but Brokeback Mountain over here for SuperEmpire, but still very, very nicely played indeed. It was a very micro intensive. The terror drone from Dankal was actually really useful, very, very helpful. And then ultimately, just I reiterate the docks. But anyways, that was still fun to watch, very entertaining, and very nice from both these players. Now, real quick, before this video ends out, I need to do a little bit of an update. I'm a bit behind on uploading right now. This weekend, I went away from my computer for basically all day Saturday and about half the day Sunday. But so I mean, of course, now I'm behind. I'm not like really nearly up to pace as where I should be right now. But I'm also wanting to update you and say over the next couple of weeks, that's not going to get any better. And the reasoning behind that is that this week, well, specifically this week, next week, and the week after, as the spring semester at my university is coming to a close. So with that with that semester coming to a close, that means finals are right around the corner. And anyone who's in university can tell you that spring finals are very intimidating. They're very intimidating and require a lot of time and effort to be poured into it to make sure you're ready for them, as they are indeed very, very important. So basically this week, next week, and maybe halfway, maybe a little bit more in the week after, that's basically just going to be me uploading whenever I have the time and or energy to do it. And I say energy because I'm quite literally preparing to spend 9 or 10 hours a night in the library for the next 2 weeks. So it's it's going to be very long. It will be very, very long indeed. But I just want to give you guys a heads up. You know, I'm not, if you see content drop off, which you more than likely will over the next few weeks, yeah, I am still alive. I did not fall off a cliff and die. I'm still here. But I'll try to get back to normal as soon as I can. But like I said, I'll try and get out as many videos as I'm able to really get out this week. It's just one of those things I have to play by ear. And hopefully when the spring semester is concluded, we can get back to a bit of normalcy and get the uploading train back on track. But anyways, that's all I got. So thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope you have enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. And this is Snipers signing out.